So welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general next 7-day timeless reading for Aquarius placements. So if you have Aquarius as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know about myself, the reading or the channel can be found in the description box below. So guys, I did recently post a next 7-day reading for you, but it was kind of all about love. And it was very specific, so I just felt called to do another reading for you, which was a bit more general. So we're going to get into this now. This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck that we're using today. So Angels of Love and Light, could we please have clear and concise messages for Aquarius placements? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node. What do they need to know for the current energies for the next 7 days, for whenever they come across this timeless reading? This general next 7-day timeless reading. What do they need to know, please and thank you? What do they need to know, please and thank you? 2 more shuffles and then we'll cut up the deck and get into your reading. So thank you for bearing with me. I really appreciate it. What's going on for Aquarius placements? So we've already had quite a few cards come through for you guys. So I'm quite interested to find out what's going on here. We have, 2 came out together, which is the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. The Star, Aquarius energy. Well, there you are, guys. Your major arcana is coming out onto the table. We have the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, and the 10 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So air sign energy, which is also you guys. With Temperance. Now, this is Sagittarius energy and we're currently in Sagittarius season, even if it's only for the next few days. So I still feel like that's pretty significant here. With the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, we have the Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Wheel of Fortune. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Sagittarius. Again, may be significant. So guys, this really wanted to come through as well, like that. So I feel like there is some very important news making its way to you. And it's all kind of taking place in perfect timing. But I don't feel like you necessarily see it coming or know to expect of this particular information that's making its way to you. I feel it's something that you're very much unaware of that will then be made aware to you. And it could be something in regards to a friend, a family member, or maybe a love interest. But I don't really want to talk about love because I did a lot of that in the last reading. So predominantly what I'm picking up on is either a friend, a family member, or somebody in the neighborhood or your community here could be coming through with communication about something very, very important. Either that, or it could be paperwork or legal documents that are showing up for you and you could be expecting these, or you may not necessarily expecting them at all for some reason. So something is being maybe discussed about you or you're involved in some way, but yet you're not fully aware of it. So I don't know why that may pertain to you. But it's good. I'm getting what I'm getting. So this is interesting. 444 just come up on my timer. There's something that's closing out in your life and there is new energy coming in, a new cycle. And I feel that this is something you have wanted for a while now. And we have 1010 coming through. So you may be seeing those numbers pretty often here as well. But there's something shifting to do with a family situation, maybe your home situation, where you're living, or to do with a workplace, or maybe you work from home as well. And I feel like there's some sort of wish fulfillment taking place. So some of you may be unexpectedly moving, or you are planning to move and there could be something happening in regards to that a little bit sooner than you're expecting, especially right on top of Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. So it's a sense of trying to get everything organized all at once to make sure that you're all settled in for the Christmas or potentially New Year. If that is pertaining to you, If not necessarily that, then I'm feeling there may be something that shockingly occurs to do with a friend or to do with a family member or to do with your workplace that comes through. I don't know why I just heard on the quiet you've been hoping for this to turn around or hoping for this to happen or take place. It's not something you've been openly discussing, but it's something in private that you've been wishing for, could be getting ready to manifest. And I don't necessarily pick up on an energy that it's causing harm to others as such, but I feel like you're just wanting something to be shaken up a little bit, so therefore you can finally move on forward here in the way that idealistically you would like to move on forward, because potentially there's been something that has I'm hearing being keeping you held back in some way. But I feel like you're not being held back anymore. So there's going to be potentially some sudden upheaval, unless you've been dealing with this already. But I feel like this is something I'm hearing in the pipeline, just round the corner, rather than something that you've just dealt with. I mean, some of you may have dealt with something that was very tricky or difficult or upsetting recently, but that potentially may not necessarily be the event I'm hearing that's going to switch up your life completely, but it still was a bit traumatizing all the same. Potentially cause some sort of grief or upset or sadness in the household, because it's not necessarily somebody that is close to you that's maybe related. It could be somebody else that may be associated with you or you've known for a long time. And so therefore, I'm hearing you've been trying to get your bearings to do with this situation, especially as we're leading up to this time of the year, with it being the festive season, Christmas and New Year's coming up into going for 2025. So only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest, guys. But there's some sort of breakthrough coming in as well. And I feel like you may actually be putting affirmations out there. You've been scripting or journaling or praying here for this particular breakthrough to come in. You may have given up hope. You may have felt like all was lost. You may have felt a bit powerless to do with the situation, like it was never going to turn around for you, with however this may pertain to you. Now, this could be love. This could be something to do with your career, or you wanting to move out of somewhere, or purchase of a new property, or move in with someone, whether that is romantic or potentially to do with a friend, or just finding new flatmates to live with. There's something switching up here. And I feel like there's this kind of fated event taking place for you, and everything is unfolding in the way that it needs to. But I just heard panic in the air. Some of you have been overthinking or panicking as to whatever energies you've been dealing with right now, because like it feels a little bit tense, as an understatement, and you feel maybe you're wanting to give up at the last hurdle. But I'm hearing, because you are literally in touching distance of this breakthrough, not to give up now with whatever it is that you're dealing with. Keep persevering, don't give up, don't lose hope, have trust and faith in the process, and know that you can overcome whatever this is, if you are especially having of a trying time right now, however it may pertain to you in a particular area of your life, or maybe even just emotionally or mentally. I'm hearing you're very much supported right now, and that you're not alone. So even if you feel like you are alone and you're wanting to communicate with someone, there could be potentially a family member or a friend or someone that you can offload to, who is very much going to be there for you. Or even if you don't feel like you necessarily have of anyone, then call out to the universe, God, source, your angels, your past or loved ones or ancestors or spirit guides, however it may resonate for you. And they are there, and they'll be sending you signs and synchronicities and messages, so that therefore you know that you're not going off through whatever this is on your own, and that they're there for you. And you just need to be keeping in communication with them. And so therefore that gives you that sense of reassurance or support or guidance as to whatever it is that you're closing up right now. So therefore you're entering into this new cycle in your life, or new chapter in your life, or new era of your life. But things may have felt a little bit tense, as an understatement. You may have felt like you have been running on empty. You haven't got very much energy. You may have not felt like you had any inspiration or motivation to continue with something. Maybe you've been dealing with a creative block. Maybe you've just felt a little bit like you haven't got the willpower to carry out your usual day-to-day duties. I mean, that potentially can resonate, because obviously as we get the end to the year 2024, especially if it's been quite a heavy year for you, very chaotic, or there's been a lot going on, then obviously all we want to do is be in a safe haven, in a place of sanctuary. We just want to rest and kind of just get our energy back and not really do much else till that we have the new year coming up. You know, wanting to be more passive, and that's totally understandable. But obviously there's, you know, the sense of obligations or responsibilities or duties to take care of, regardless of whether that's to do with your work or your family or friends or whatever else that's coming up at the end of the year. And that can be a really trying time, a very stressful time. And potentially you have a lot on your shoulders right now. And it's not necessarily fair that it all should be kind of weighted on you. But I am getting for some reason that it is. And so therefore you may have even asked other people to be there, of a support system to you as you get through this particular period of time. And they've said all the nice things of, yes, of course, I'll be there. Just give us a shout, or just give us a message or a phone call, and I'll be there, and I can help us out with this, that, and the third. But then maybe they have their own things going on, and so therefore you kind of left a little bit on the back burner. And, you know, it can be a bit challenging, because it's a sense of, well, why did I even bother in the first place? And then you feel a little bit like, I don't know, silly for asking. But it's not silly for asking. But there's a sense of showcasing at that point in time, that vulnerability of, actually, I could do with a little bit of hope, and then they don't necessarily follow through. And then so therefore you showcase of the action that you're needing of somebody else there, or would like the helping hand, and they know of that. And so therefore it looks like you're vulnerable, if you get what I mean. And then there's a sense of feeling a little bit on guard if they were to come through and say, look, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to be there. Let me make it up to you. And you're like, do you know what? Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. And so therefore it's like shutting down the situation as quickly as possible, because it's like you've opened yourself up to be vulnerable in a particular way. Not necessarily vulnerable, but I feel like you kind of get what I mean. And then for them not necessarily to come through and, you know, instigate of anything to do with what it is that you've asked them to do, or what they said that they were going to be doing to help you, if that makes sense. But anyway, guys, I feel very much called to carry on and find out a little bit more what's unfolding here for you. So if anyone is coming through and saying that they're going to be of a help, you know, they may be coming through, not necessarily in the timely manner that you're expecting them to come through, but they may still necessarily show up. But then you're potentially thinking to yourself, well, they haven't necessarily showed up in the timing that I was hoping that they would do. So therefore, what's the point now? And I've just gone and sorted it out myself. And so therefore, when they come through, it's like, oh, it's too late now. I mean, I needed this done before and you guys haven't necessarily showed up. Yeah, that's that particular cycle of whatever that was that I asked that assistance for or communicated with you is done and over with now, so don't even worry about it. But then in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, you know, I was hoping that they, yeah, look, Ten of Swords, everything is fine. I was hoping that they would have, you know, but they didn't. But maybe there's still something else that they can come through and assist you with. Right, but then you may not necessarily be tempted to even go out your way and ask of anyone else now because of however they came through and showcased of themselves before. Yeah, with the Death card. So now you're like, well, why do I even bother? I'm not going to bother putting myself in that situation, Scorpio energy. So I'll just keep it to myself, right? Even though more than anything, you want others to be there of assistance because supposedly you're giving off this impression that everything is fine, and then when you did give off the impression that everything is not necessarily fine, then you're having to revert back to everything is fine when everything isn't. Do you get what I mean? Right, I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's the vibe I'm picking up on here. Okay, so what else is going on for Aquarius? What else is going on for Aquarius? Six of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, ooh, Nine of Pentacles sideways. Now all my cards are upright and I purely have that for aesthetic reasons, but when it comes out reversal or sideways, obviously I'll read it that way, but I'm very intrigued to find out. Oh wow, did I just see the Ace of Cups? The Ace of Cups. Ten of Swords. Huh. Was that just because I didn't put it back properly, or was that because that wanted to be there? Eight of Pentacles. 88 or 888 may be significant. Why is the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Cups showcasing with the Eight of Pentacles? Just quickly, what's this about? Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh, okay. Another 8, guys. 888. Ten of Pentacles and the Moon, Pisces energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Some of you are potentially going to end up being in a situation whereby there was a point in time you actually were relatively pleased that you got into this particular situation or environment. Could be to do with living with family or living with friends or living on your own or however it may be, or in a particular workplace, or even if you're working from home. And it was filling you for a little while, and then there could have been certain things that came to light, and then it started to feel very uncomfortable, made you feel very uneasy, and your heart checked out a long time ago, and you've been wanting to leave the scenario ever since, but you may have not necessarily had the resources to be able to, I'm hearing vacate the property, vacate the area, or to leave or sell up, or buy something new, or start renting somewhere, or potentially you were hoping that even if you weren't necessarily going to be able to move independently from a particular household or a home as such, I'm hearing in quotation marks, right? And that you would have potentially been, you know, with somebody else by now, or you thought that maybe you'd be kind of moving on forward with somebody else in regards to a romantic connection, and it hasn't necessarily turned out that way. There's a sense of anxiety that you're knowing that you're having to make your next move soon, but you don't necessarily know where you're going to be locating of yourself, like as of the end destination, because certain things aren't clear as of yet, or maybe there hasn't been a clearance as of yet to do with the resources or finances, something to do with credentials, or to do with approving for a loan, or maybe even just having enough savings or money in the bank, as it were, to showcase that you're able to make of this particular change in your life. And so therefore there's been the difficulty or the anxiety about proving of this and communicating to someone that you will very much soon be in a position and place where there is going to be the change, and you can, I'm hearing, afford whatever this is. But maybe at this moment in time it may not necessarily be of the right time, but you know that this is something that you want, and you're hoping that this could clear up for you very soon. Very interesting. Some of you are literally on the cusp of being able to have this huge financial breakthrough. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 6. So you're definitely, like, I'm hearing, getting to the top end. You're not going to be in a position and place of having to penny pinch or borrow money, right? I'm hearing you're having what's owed to you come through for you, but there has been some sort of delays, which has played a big part in this. Now, whether that is somebody paying up, whether that is something to do with a will or an inheritance coming through, or the selling of a property, or whether that is you've been waiting for this new job or a promotion to come through, or this particular bonus, or there's a sense of something in your business taking off, or numbers increasing to do with maybe sales, something like this. But there is a change up to do with your finances, and I don't feel like you necessarily see it coming, but you've definitely felt it in the energy, the air, that there is going to be this sense of being catapulted in a whole new space, and you've been in this preparation stage for a while, but you're not necessarily sure the when, the how, the why, the where, or who you're going to be encountering, or whatever event may kind of transpire for you to be getting into this new energy. And so therefore there's been the sense of, you know, angst as to wanting that sense of clarity, the illusion to be cleared up, that with whatever is going on. I'm getting illusion that's going on. So maybe for some of you, you've not necessarily felt that successful, or that you're not going to have this breakthrough, or that you're not having this advancement or this improvement, or that things are going to be getting better for you, that things are always going to be kind of at this particular lower level, even though that you know of something more for yourself, or that you're destined for more for yourself, because of something's been the same for a while. And so therefore you haven't had that major level up. You're having of the sense of illusion, even though you know better than that on a deeper subconscious level. I'm getting something to do with deprogramming and reprogramming of your mindset here, that on another level you do know that this is only temporary, but if something temporarily has been going on for quite some time, maybe years in the making, you're wondering, well, actually, is it genuinely temporary, or am I just kidding myself? Am I just in Delulu land over here? And am I just kind of making things up and having this vivid imagination whereby, you know, I'm kind of having the sense of this fantasy and projecting it out there, that just to make me feel better about myself in the moment with whatever I got dealing with. And, you know, the reality of the situation is that I'm not necessarily going to get to where I want to get to, or have of this improvement. But actually you are getting that particular way. Look at that. I didn't even know and see that then. The Magician, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio with the World. So you are manifesting a whole new cycle, a new world for yourself, that sense of improvement, and justice is coming in for you. I did not see that there. So you do know, right? You do know that things are getting better and things are improving, and that you will be very much popular in demand with whatever this is to do with your career or your finances, or to do with an investment or something along these lines that's going to be getting you to that next level. But there has been the worry and the concern that, you know, is it ever actually going to be improving for me, or am I just kind of, you know, making it all up and I'm not being realistic enough about the situation? Interesting. I feel like you guys get what I mean. I know I keep on saying that, but I'm getting what I'm getting. So anyway, guys, yeah, Sagittarius energy with Temperance. Things are coming into balance for you. And as I'm filming this, we've got the last few days of Sagittarius season. You may have Sagittarius placements. I feel like you've been incredibly patient for your dreams, your wishes to come into fruition here. You have the best and purest of intentions with whatever it is that's coming through for you. And whatever it is that you end up receiving, you will be out here sharing to others. Not to the point whereby you're going to be in having of this detriment of yourself and you're not going to be able to accommodate your wants, your needs, your desires in order for you to be able to thrive. And so therefore looking out for everyone else and not necessarily yourself. I mean, that's something that may potentially resonate that you've done before. Even if you didn't feel like you had that much to offer others, whatever left over that you had, you may have been very much willing to be there for everybody else and then not have much for yourself. And so therefore there potentially could have been a lesson for you to learn whereby you weren't going to be receiving of this bigger amount or these huge blessings coming your way and for your life to be taking off, because you would have just given it away. Or have been there for everyone else before being able to be there for you truly. And it's a sense of like the universe wanting to come through and truly gift you. So therefore you have enough to be able to pour from your overflowing cup because of the amount of healing and work that you've done on yourself, and you're in a stable, solid position for you. And then once that's taken place, then whatever leftover you have, you can invest, or you can be very charitable with, or you can offer up to help and assist of others. But until then, it's like making sure, you know, I'm not getting like an overly materialistic or greedy vibe about you receiving of everything and be like, oh, well, I'm going to wait until I have 5 cars and 2 mansions and, you know, a place in a different country and I have this, that, and the third. I mean, you know, I feel like what I'm getting is that you're somebody who's relatively humble, relatively modest. It's like, yeah, I just would love to have my bills paid. I would love to be able to feel comfortable. I want to feel safe. I want to be able to protect myself and my family, or give to my family, or if my friends are in need, or if I want to donate to a charity, or if I want to be able to update of certain things in my life or invest in a business. Like, it's not necessarily like, you know, being greedy or anything like that. And then, you know, I feel that you're just wanting to be able to be in a position and place whereby you can accommodate for those closest to you and yourself if you're wishing to as well. 5 of Cups. The Fool, Aries energy. You've dealt with many disappointments in the past. You may have gone through a very challenging time recently to do with a grieving period, okay? And there's been a lot of contemplating over your life here, reevaluating of certain things, especially when we go through something pretty tragic, when it's to do with someone that we've known for a long time, or a loved one, or a friend, or what have you. And when we've lost that particular person, or if they've transitioned, it's a sense we look on everything completely differently. We re-examine everything of how we want to live the rest of our lives and what certain risks do we want to take. And, you know, I'm getting that sense of life is too short. So some of you may have gone through something like that. And if you have done, obviously I'm sending out my condolences to you. You know, it's a difficult, you know, period of time as it is already, with when I'm filming off this leading up to Christmas. I mean, you know, not everyone necessarily has the best of Christmas time or New Year. Like, there is still the sense of, you know, tragedy that takes place in people's lives, and it can be a very hard time for people, you know, from all walks of life, I'm hearing. Two of Swords. We saw that earlier as I was shuffling the cards, and it actually came out on the table, which is very interesting. Ace of Cups and the World. Wow. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. Okay. Last card. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Well, 2 came out with next to the Fool. Okay, so we have the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Strong Capricorn energy. And then the Magician. Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio. With the Justice card and the Moon. 10 of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Now guys, I'm going to put it out there, okay? There are definitely some sort of trickster energies around, whether you know of this or not, and I feel for the most part you are actually very well aware of who these individuals are. But for one reason or another, you may have not necessarily had much choice other than to be dealing with these people on a day-to-day basis, whether that's at work or to do with a living situation, or maybe even family or something along these lines. And there's been a lot of upset to do with this, because it's a sense of like you can blatantly see or know or understand who these people are or how their energies are and how they affect of you, but therefore you've not necessarily had the I'm hearing the amenities to be able to cope or deal with that particular situation, the resources, so that you could tangibly remove yourself from that particular situation and be free and liberated from whatever this is. And I feel like it's got something to do with a karmic cycle, and it's to do with some sort of learning of a spiritual lesson in regards to this. And you may on some level know and understand what this is, this particular lesson, or you're unaware of it and it will soon be made aware for you. But I'm feeling that there is this energy of, even though you may know that there is someone around you, I'm hearing the culprit. There's an energy or an air of having to forgive, or feeling the energy of to forgive. Forgiving of yourself or forgiving whoever that you're dealing with. And I know that's going to touch a nerve with a few individuals, because it's a sense of there could be someone in particular that you're like, absolutely not, I could never forgive of this person, especially if they're very manipulative or abusive or narcissistic or what have you. There is a rhyme and a reason as to why you're in this particular situation. And I feel that on a spiritual level here, you intuitively know that as part of whatever it is that you're going through, to be able to defeat this energy, to not be a victim of it, to become a very strong person from whatever it is that you have been dealing with, and then to eventually go out there and tell or speak of your story and be of an inspiration to others. And not necessarily like forgiving of this person, but definitely forgiving yourself for not necessarily seeing what this was in the first instance, or maybe for as long as you've been in this situation. It's like, because the devil energy is like not wanting to necessarily showcase of everything that it is in the first instance. So it's only until you get those odd moments of like little glimmers of something not necessarily being right, or something just feels a little bit off, it's not until then that you have the deeper realization of, okay, well, the rose tinted glasses have come off now, and now I realize what this is. But beforehand, you may have felt for a long time that something was just, I'm hearing, so wrong. So wrong. But you will soon be free from whatever this is. I'm even picking up on something to do with, emotionally immature individuals, or emotional neglect, or something to do with envy, jealousy. I'm getting the green-eyed monster, and something to do with evil eye, or maybe even black magic, dark magic, witchcraft. As dark that sounds, I am picking up on some sort of energy that has been either plotting against you, or that you have found out of whatever this energy is, but they may have not been plotting against you as such, but it's like they've just done off something off on a whim, and they may have done it without much thought in regards to it, and so therefore they will soon be very much regretting of their decision doing of this, because something's going to come back around and impact them. What they ever thought that was going to impact you is not going to be touching you, it's going to be impacting them. Yeah, because I'm hearing with the Temperance, you have angels surrounding all of you, so therefore you're not going to be affected by whatever this is. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune and karma's coming back around to get them. Somebody may have tried to do off something magic-wise, and the magic is worn off, to try to not get you to be in a position and place as strong as you are now. But I feel like whatever this is getting weakened. Yeah. And it's going to this other person. It's backfiring, going back onto them, and now they're in a sense of distress. Or they may have never thought or anticipated that it would be going back on them. Yeah, with the King of Cups, I'm getting that kind of emotional, manipulative kind of energy. They thought that it would just never impact them. I'm hearing untouchable. This person may have felt like they were untouchable, but it's coming straight for them with the Knight of Cups and the Magician. It's manifesting for them. And it's coming quicker than they realise with the Knight of Swords. That message is not going to resonate with everyone, but I am picking up on that for a reason. I just want to find out a little bit to do with this world. Why is the world here for Aquarius? Well, this landed right on top of the world. 7 of Wands, yeah, definitely protecting of your energy right now. 7 again with the 7 of Cups. 7s are to do with challenges, to do with trials, tribulations, to do with awakenings, realizations. 10 of Swords, everything is fine. There was definitely something trying to block you, or maybe somebody you're associated with or potentially romantically interested with, so that you and this person wouldn't have a scenario closed out between the two of you with whatever it is that you're dealing in regards to each other, especially if you're in a separation, and for there to be a renewal between the two of you and the coming together. Right, yeah, somebody wanted to delay this with the 9 of Swords, keep somebody stuck in a particular energy, yeah, with it being very heavy with the 10 of Wands. But that's what's closing. As I say that, the Emperor, Aries energy, divine masculine energy here. We had a 10 just now with the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, so 10-10, which means that's closing up. So somebody thought, I'm hearing that they could pull the wool over somebody else's eyes. Maybe not necessarily yours, but somebody else's that's associated to you, potentially romantically, and it's not working anymore. It's not working out anymore. I'm hearing it's not working out anymore. So maybe a particular relationship's not working out anymore. Somebody is getting ready to communicate to you to say that's done and over, and I'm hearing now I see clearly. Now I see everything. I do believe that that's what the main message was in the last reading for you guys, was that somebody was in a karmic connection here. They were very unhappy, and then they've had this deeper realization that they are in love with you, and so therefore they're closing this out and they're getting ready to tell you, because they now know that they want the new beginning with you, and what they were dealing with was toxic and karmic, and that you are their happy place with the Sun, Leo energy, and that they're going to illuminate of everything with you, and that they want to work it out with you. And therefore they have to remain strong with whoever they're dealing with, whether that's a connection romantically or not. to stand up for what it is that they want and stand up for the connection. This person's going to communicate with you soon or want to see you soon, especially romantically. They have not had an easy time of it. Yeah, because that particular cycle with whatever they're dealing with is over. And here with the Ten of Cups, they want this with you. 10-10. So somebody is dealing with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and they're moving into the Wheel of Fortune with the Ten of Cups, and they want this with you. But I also feel that you have gone through the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords in your own personal journey, and you are also moving into this for yourself personally, but also romantically as well as. And so therefore it's like, you know, the sense of overflow to do with the both of you, but also on your own as well, independently, because of the amount of healing that you've done, and it's manifesting into your external realities as well with the Magician and the Hermit. Okay, and there is a huge transformation taking place with the Death card. So as one door closes, another one opens, and this whole new rebirth is taking place. Anything else, these final messages? Nine of Swords. Some of you have been very stressed recently, having a hard time with your emotions. Feeling a little bit here, there and everywhere. Potentially you just randomly break out in floods of tears and you don't even know or understand where they come from or why that you are. But it's just a sense of like you've gone through a whole pack of tissues because you've just been, you know, crying your eyes out and having to blow your nose. And you know when you get all stuffy from having to, when you've been crying and your eyes get all puffy and you can't breathe properly. It's a sense of like, it's really, really uncomfortable. And obviously everyone knows that you've been crying when you're like showcasing your face to others. It's like, I don't want to show my face to anyone. I just want to keep it to myself. Especially if you live with other people and then you're not necessarily wanting to talk about it and you have to open yourself up, or people are like, oh, what is it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I just want to not say of anything, as that's all right. I just want to keep it to myself here with the Eight of Swords. I'm in my feelings, but I'd rather not talk about it if you don't mind. I'm feeling pretty hurt as it is, and to be able to talk about it isn't difficult enough. If I want to talk to you about it, I will, and I will open it out, like open it up. But for the first instance, if I'm wanting to have that sense of comfort and reassurance and talk or feel like it's a safe space to do so, then I will do. But until then, I'm keeping it very much to myself. My card's close to my chest, okay, with the High Priestess and the Magician. And I'm just going to be, you know, keeping it to myself. Or if I'm going to be talking to anyone or praying or whatever, it's going to be to all the kind of other, I'm hearing non-human beings, you know, the ethereal realm, the spiritual realm, my spirit guides, God's source, the angels, the universe, whoever I resonate with, rather than opening up to you, because there could be somebody that's a little bit of a miss that you do not trust, that you do not feel like you can be your usual self with, like you're having to protect yourself, or you have to be very careful with, because something could potentially easily be used against you. I'm getting something to do with a weakness or a sense of a vulnerability being used against you. So therefore you're just like, I'd rather not talk about it if that's all right. But they don't necessarily know why you're being guarded, but you know exactly why you're not opening up. And so therefore they're a little bit suspicious of you, that you're not as open as you usually are, if you get what I mean, right? Yeah. Also, when certain things are starting, yeah, 44 minutes and 40 seconds, now 44 on my timer, so 444 and 4444 coming up, which are very powerful angel numbers. So if there's anything that's coming up for you, please, I'm hearing for the love of God, if that resonates, keep it to yourself if you feel inclined to. If you don't feel like you can fully trust of anyone, keep it to yourself. You know, don't be out here telling your best mate, your family, your friends, people you work with, or a love interest of certain things if they start to work out for you, right, too early. Because you never know who or what is out here, right, to cause some sort of effect whereby you don't necessarily have the full manifestation of whatever this is because you vocally said of something out loud. I'm getting something to do with monitoring spirits. So just keep it quiet, right? Not because you're being secretive as such and because you're trying to be manipulative or strategic or whatever. I'm just saying there's something about keeping it to yourself until something is fully established. Tap in with your intuition here and have that sense of reassurance and quiet confidence that everything is kind of working out for you, and feel at peace with that, with the King of Cups, rather than kind of trying to have that sense of reassurance or support or validation elsewhere to make you feel good in the moment because of something finally turning around and working out for you. Just have that sense of knowing yourself with whatever has come through for you, and give yourself a pat on the back rather than openly putting it out there to everyone else. Okay, because what's coming in for you with the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is going to be very, very stable, very, very solid after a long period of time here with Hang One, sacrificing of certain things and not necessarily receiving of your blessings or your abundance, right, any sooner. Yeah, stay strong. You've proved your worth. You proved that you're very much deserving. You know that you are, and you have amazing things coming through for you after a very dark, difficult period of time in your life, whether that has been recently or for years, okay? It's been very challenging. There is a huge turnaround, a breakthrough. Also, there's certain things that are going to be coming to light that you may not necessarily be aware of, but you've intuitively sensed. That could be potentially taking you back a little bit, but I feel like you would much rather know the truth of whatever situation this is, or these are, plural. Yeah, as I effing say that with the Seven of Swords and the King of Cups. I mean, flip me, guys. I mean, this is to do with lies and deceits and to do with emotional manipulation and abuse, etc. So, yeah, there's been something that's going on here that's shady. And you've known it, you felt it, but you didn't have evidence of it, and you're soon about to distance yourself from whatever this is. Something is going to be coming through as tangible proof soon. Whatever is done in the dark is coming to light. And there's been some shady-ish going on here, and I feel like you know that. Shady, shady, shady stuff. What is this shady stuff? The Lovers, to do with a connection. Maybe a love relationship. Something to do with your career. Third party situation. Yeah, there's Knight of Cups. Somebody also has been lying to others. Like I was picking up in the other reading, that love reading. Somebody had been lying to others about how they felt about you. How they felt with whoever they were dealing with, and how they felt about themselves with whatever they've got going on. I know that sounds a little bit twisted, a bit weird, so sorry about that. But yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, this person is getting ready to openly admit to whoever they've been dealing with that they have always actually wanted to be with you, but for some reason they settle with them. And now they're not doing that anymore with the Eight of Cups. I mean, blunt AF, guys. I mean, that's direct, or is that direct? I mean, somebody is going to be getting pretty hurt here, but I don't feel like that's you. I feel like this person's getting ready to build with you. But somebody is going to be getting relatively hurt. Anyway, lots of things going on. Any final messages? I know this is a long reading. So we have good news coming in regards to your career. It's been taking a while to pick up speed, especially in regards to your finances or certain projects or a business. Okay, but the moolah, the money, is coming in, and you're going to be more than comfortable here with the Empress. I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex. And so you're going to have your certain needs, wants and desires taken care of after a long period of time of consistently putting in the time, the effort, the energy to build on whatever it is that you consider to be of great importance to you, especially if it's your own business or something like that, or a passion project, a certain investment. Also, you're soon going to be able to invest in yourself in the way that you wish to, and there's this kind of glow up energy. Now, I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex, as you guys know. I'm not sure if I said that already, but this is really lovely. There's something to do with improving health, some very positive results to do with a checkup, some sort of good follow through to do with communication in regards to networking with certain clients here, or gaining new clients. There could be something in regards to advertising or marketing. Hearing reaching a new space, a new audience is significant. Now I'm being told algorithm, something to do with the algorithm is going to be working alongside, like with you, like working in your favor, and this is really going to slowly but surely put you in a very I'm hearing prominent position, front and center, and I'm getting somebody being very well known to do with this particular niche, this particular space, and I'm hearing you are very much deserving of this. And so therefore, when these things are starting to roll in for you, or this improvement comes in, embrace of this and not get too fearful or doubt yourself, because you may have not necessarily been in that type of space before, that position before. So therefore, it may be a little bit overwhelming. And that's why whatever is coming through for you, I'm hearing little and often, like something is going to be building little and often. It could be to do with finances, or just numbers going up, maybe subscribers or followers, or more clients, or something to do with I'm getting something to do with different locations, like different offices, like whereby you're collaborating in different spaces in different countries. So yeah, I'm picking up on that. So it's not overwhelming all at once, like there's a huge overnight success to do with something. It's like you're able to manage in like bite-sized chunks with whatever this is when you're going through the sense of this this growth. So therefore something is sustainable and it matures in the way that it needs to, and so therefore it's not getting too much on top of you, and there's no recklessness to do with whatever this growth is. It's very considered. Interesting energy, guys. Lots of different types of messages. I know this was an incredibly long reading. Lots of different things came through, so obviously only please take what you feel resonates and leave the rest. But you know, this was a general reading, so lots of different types of messages came out this time round, and it wasn't just all around love, which was great. So we have strong Aries, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, pretty much all the signs, to be honest with you. We have 888, 555, 2121, 1212, 111, 1111, 555, 222, 333, 1919, 2020, 222, maybe very significant, and 888. But anyway, guys, that's all the messages I'm picking up on. So I hope that there was some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below. And the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much for those of you who've already donated. I greatly appreciate you guys. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you did wish to donate, there is a super thanks. in the link at the bottom of the... Did I say this already? I can't even remember. It's been a really long day, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Even if you don't financially donate, I would be very grateful if you were to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, like energetically donate. That'd be really wonderful. That would help us out so much. So I really appreciate it. And I do love reading the comments, so thank you. Please hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you. You don't miss out on future updates or content made available on the channel. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this bonus reading. Hope that there were some messages that truly resonated for you. And please feel free to check out the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node placements in your other zodiac signs so you can receive more messages to do with your timeless next 7-day current energy check-in readings. But sending love and light your way, many blessings, please take care, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye guys.